Cowboys lose back-to-back games for the first time in a couple of years. And, I think it's time to hit that panic button.
Prescott, touchdown. Throw, looking middle, sacked again by Parsons again. CeeDee Lamb, was he down? They say no for now, and he's into the end zone.
Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below how you feel about this. This game is the worst. And, I felt it sneaking up. I admitted that in my pregame prediction video. I told you guys I could totally see them not winning this game because the Cowboys, they're not the real deal. They're frauds. They like to build up your hope. They like to, they like to build up your hope and be like, hey man, we're different. Look at us. Look at what we're doing. And it's just the same stuff every single year. And I'm so mad after this game. I'm so frustrated. I'm confused. I'm sick of it, really. I'm sick of it. I'm sick to the stomach. Back-to-back games, you lose on the road. Had the chance to prove yourself that you were contenders, but flat out you're pretenders. You had the chance. You had the opportunity to take yours and be what you want. And, could it be different in the playoffs? I don't know. But what I'm focusing on is right now. And the Cowboys led us all into an empty place today. And, they lost to a team that I don't think is really that good. They're not that good. The Miami Dolphins are not that good. And, I don't want to be too dramatic, but, there comes a point where you keep hitting a wall of mediocrity. Is it just time to change the page? And I'm talking about Mike McCarthy, man. 2 seasons ago, we had that one season where we went 12-5 and we won the division, right? But we got bounced in the wild card against the 49ers. Same situation, same thing that you've seen this season. We beat up all the bad teams, and then we played the good teams, and we lost to the Arizona Cardinals that year. And I told you guys then that the Arizona Cardinals were not a good team, and they got killed by the Rams in the wild card of that year. The Miami Dolphins are not going to go far. They're not that good of a team. Leading up to the week, they were not a good team. They hadn't beat any good team. And I guess I stand by that because they did not beat a good team tonight. They beat a fraudulent team. And I tried to be hopeful, man. I tried to be hopeful and say maybe this year is different. You got to win these games regardless. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, we just needed the Eagles to lose one. We could manage losing this. No, you got to go out there and win these games to prove to everyone, including yourself, that you can do something that you can't. These boys need to win a game like this going into the playoffs to prove to everyone and themselves that they can take this. Because up to this point, they haven't done any of it on the road. This team sucks on the road. They're mid on the road. They're average on the road. That's a compliment calling them average on the road because they're below average on the road. Yes, this game was close and it came down to a field goal, but offense was out of pace, out of rhythm. There's only 2 drives that actually looked pretty good. It was the first drive and the second drive. The first drive that led to a touchdown, and the second drive, which was the last drive before the end of the game where we scored to Brandon Cooks. Everything else in between that, there was no rhythm. There was no consistency with play calling. Dak was running for his life. Chuma Edoga didn't know what his assignment was. And Mike McCarthy looked blind and lost with his play calling sheet. No ability to run the ball. No ability to block. And then, CeeDee Lamb had that incredible. He had almost near 100 yards in the first quarter. And he didn't get to touch the ball until the third quarter. Realize, why do we shrink in these moments? We're so pathetic. How we just resort to being not the alpha dog. How we just resort to being little and small. That Carpe Omnia stuff that they tried to sell, it is a bunch of you-know-what. It doesn't mean anything. These boys, they could go out and win next week or win against the Commanders. I could care less. I'm done, man. This is pent-up anger for the past couple of years. And I tried to believe in this team, man. I'm so done with this team. I guess glaring parts you can talk about. Dak Prescott had a great drive leading up to it. Got us in a position. But this defense, man, is so freaking overrated. And you know what? Time to call it out. Micah Parsons, man, what are you doing? Stop the podcast. Stop talking after the games. Cowboys Nation is fed up with that. We don't want to hear you talking about how you lost. We don't want to hear you talking about how you beat up on the bad teams. It is such a lie, man. It is such a disgrace to the star and the fan base and this nation for believing year in and year out, and we get this every single time. This is ridiculous. I expected Micah Parsons, who led the MVP, who led the Defensive Player of the Year voting, to stand up and make a play when it mattered most. But he was unfazed, man. Like, he'd even get close to Tua when the moments mattered. I'm telling you, man, the thing that makes me mad about this is the Dolphins aren't even that good. The Bills aren't even that good. And we managed to get blown out by the Bills, and we lose this close to the Dolphins. That's probably the most frustrating part, is I know the ceiling for this Cowboys team is higher, and I know what they can be, and I know what they can do, but they just get in the way of themselves, man. There's something mentally with this team right now that I know they can ball out on the road. I know they can do it, but somehow, some way, they get in their freaking way, and they just submit. They just become complacent on the road. They forget about seizing everything, and they don't become aggressive. And when they do, for some reason, they falter back to what it is. You know, this is ridiculous. This game could have been won, man. And like, the writing was on the wall. This team is such an embarrassment. 10-5. Sure, we clinched the playoff spot. But look, you can hold out for hope, but until they show us something to get behind, until they can give us a win where we're like, yeah, that's the win right there, then we're going to be like this, because it's been like this for the past 27 years. This team's a no-show, man. So much talent, so much wasted talent to go on the road and lose to teams like this. The Dolphins, I'm going to emphasize this again, they are not that good, man. And the fact that we lost to them, that's all I got to say. I'm just disappointed. I'm so angry about this loss. They should have, what if? It's been the life of a Cowboys fan for the past 27 years. I mean, all the pieces are there. They really are. All the pieces are there for them to do what they want to. And, they're going to finish out the road below 500. Even if they beat the Commanders, they're going to be 4-5. Or if they lose that game, which would not surprise me, they would be 3-6. So comment down below. That's all I got to say. I'm going to enjoy Christmas. I'm not going to let this game impact. I'm going to leave it all in this room, and I'm going to leave it all in this video. And I'm going to go out, celebrate Christmas, as should you. Don't kick the dog. Don't throw the baby. Don't do any of that. Don't, leave this behind. This is their problem to deal with, the Cowboys, and how they're underachievers all the time. But you go out, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you, and I'm so thankful for you following me. And, vent down below, uncensored, down below. Talk about this team, how you feel, how they made you feel on this Christmas Eve. A bunch of frauds, pretenders, not the real deal, underachievers. Those are the Dallas Cowboys. And until proven otherwise, then I'll jump back on this mic and speak highly of this team again. But you can beat the Lions, beat the Commanders. I'm not going to phase. And you could even win your wild card playoff game. But I'm not going to phase, because I'm sitting here with my arms crossed saying, show me something. Show me something to believe in, or it's just the same you-know-what every single time. That's it. Merry Christmas, guys.
Prescott, touchdown. Throw, look at middle, sacked again by Parsons again. CeeDee Lamb